now that we've created a sketch of sorts for our digital painting or digital drawing, depending on what kind of digital media you decide to use, we'll begin to build up more layers on the sketch and eventually delete the sketch once we feel confident about our proportions. So I'm going to use my visual reference, as I talked about in the last video, just as a way to sample colors and just for me to kind of double check if I am getting colors and form correct. And then I'm going to build up my drawing on my sketch or my painting. So we'll begin with the digital painting copy here, and I have my drawing, or I'll say sketch. Sometimes when you get a lot of layers, it's nice to label them so that you can stay organized. And right now I want to create something that painters and drawers often do, whether it's in an oil painting, an acrylic painting, or like a charcoal drawing. Artists like to work with a colored ground or colored background, and we're going to create that right now. It helps to harmonize the painting in terms of color, to create visual unity, and to just give the artist a nice starting place. So I'll create a layer, and I'm going to, for now I'll leave it up right here so that I can see what color I'm choosing. And when I look at what I want my piece to be, I see a lot of kind of like warm flesh tones. So if you wanted, you could take your eyedropper tool and kind of click around until you get like a nice tan. I would choose maybe a mid-tone, so not the darkest value in here, not the lightest value, but it's up to you. You could also choose to go with an entirely different color altogether. I'm going to, once I choose a color that I want my ground to be, I'll click it and then say add to swatches. And I'll say drawing background. And then it'll show up on my swatch panel. Great. Now, with my layer 1 selected, I'll rename it background color. And then my foreground color selected with the color of my choosing. I'm going to hit Shift Backspace. Come on. And then we have this fill dialog box open, and I'm going to choose foreground color because my foreground color is right over here. That's the one I want. And oh no, it disappeared. So what we're going to do is drag this down below the sketch layer, but now we have a problem because now we can't see it at all. So I'll click the sketch layer, and we're going to manipulate the blending modes here. And I'm going to choose between darken or multiply, because what those two blending modes do is it gets rid of light areas and only keeps the dark areas. So in theory, this will get rid of a lot of the white and then leave the black, which is kind of what we want. It's not perfect, but it gives me, let's try multiply here. Ooh, multiply is a lot better. And just depending on which picture you choose, how the sketch turned out, one may work better than the other. Multiply might not work better all the time, but it works here. So with this, I am ready to begin to draw. And in my next tutorial video, I will talk about how I organize my layers and how I go about the process of including midtones, highlights, and shadows in beginning to build a detailed, originally painted digital composition.